What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Seated For Podcast. You are here with the bros, the guys. It is your boy K Malone,
Ryan Wilson.
Another episode for y'all. You ready, brother?
Let's get it.
Welcome in, everybody. You already know Seated Floor Podcast. Your guy K Malone,
Ryan Wilson.
We're here
In the flesh.
Yes, sir. And for today's episode, rookies, you are now on the clock. We're here to talk
Clock
about
starts now.
Yes, sir. So, with that being said, we can talk about the 2020 number one overall pick, Anthony Edwards out of Georgia, 6'5" shooting guard, athletic galore, as we've seen now.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that lately.
Yeah, so Minnesota's not must-see TV, but I'm thinking we might get him punching on somebody every couple weeks.
It's pretty much expected now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now, we talked about them a little bit. What do you think about my comparison when I said he has D-Wade, Oladipo type, and he might have more? He's explosive.
He is explosive. He's very explosive. And he's strong.
Yeah. Great size. I mean, he's what you would want in a two. When you say 6'5" two guard, shooting guard, that's what he is.
Yeah. I would probably compare him more to Oladipo than D-Wade. I ain't gonna give him that.
D-Wade's a special type of dude.
I ain't gonna give him that. Flash is the man.
Yeah. So, but like that being said, it's tough. He's in Minnesota. They're not very good. They have a chance that they're going to have the number one pick again. I would hope by this time, 3 number one picks leads to, because they have a lot of high draft picks, D'Angelo, Carl Anthony.
A lot. So what happens if they're probably going to get the number one pick again?
Yeah, depending on the lottery. I mean,
or they're going to get a lottery pick regardless.
Yeah, it's going to be top 3.
Right. So
I don't know.
If it doesn't pan out.
Well, I mean, you see they moved on from Ryan Saunders as a coach.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Which is.
Yeah. David Vanderpool should have got the job.
Yeah. But it's kind of shady, though, how quickly they announced the new coach.
Yeah, I mean,
you could tell it was in the works.
Yeah, they were talking. I mean, I feel very bad for Ryan Saunders because I hope that him being the coach of Minnesota wasn't only a product of his dad being such a legend, for Minnesota and the job that he did coaching the Wolves. Because I think for a team like that that's young, I think a guy like that really, he's going to be able to relate to those guys. And just because they're not winning doesn't mean that he's not getting the best out of them.
Yeah.
When you're in the Western Conference, you have a lot of young guys, and you may not have just the right fit yet. And you don't really have any vets that are good vets that make a huge difference.
Right.
It's going to be tough. You're in Minnesota. I mean, you can ask KG. He tried his best.
KG did his thing in Minnesota, though.
He did, but they
never won.
Yeah, it was always a struggle.
But they were contenders. Well, I won't say contenders, but they were in the playoffs.
They were, but I'm saying KG.
You ain't seen Minnesota postseason.
Man, you better ask Kevin Love. Kevin Love was out there getting 2020s with no playoff appearances.
Exactly.
So
at least KG was making it to the playoffs.
He was. So now, the guy who ended up being the second pick, who a lot of people thought initially coming in would have been the first pick, James Wiseman, has had moments.
Yeah.
I like him.
Isn't he hurt right now?
Yeah, he's hurt. He has a wrist injury. He should be coming back here hopefully next week or so. Probably bring him back after All-Star break.
Yeah.
But he's had some moments.
He's had a lot of moments.
Yeah. I mean,
he works hard. He's a workhorse.
He does make Golden State better for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's always tough with bigs, with 7-foot guys. You never know. How does their body hold up? How do they get adjusted? You always look at, okay, they have size, and length and strength, but how does it really hold up with the other guys that are older and filled out their body at 7 foot, 260? Yeah. It's just a lot different.
What I like about him is he runs the court.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a rim runner.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not popular in, 7-footers.
For sure.
The fact that he can run the floor like he does is pretty impressive.
I do love the moments of seeing him block something, run down the floor, get rewarded, get the dunk. I mean, I mean, that's big time basketball at its best.
Yeah, that's all you can hope for as a big.
Yeah. Now, does his development hinder? I mean, is Golden State possibly dependent on his development?
I don't think so.
So it's still dependent on Clay and Steph?
Yeah. Because I think him as he is now is a contribution.
Okay.
Is a huge contribution at that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if he gets better and better, that's better. That's better for Golden State. But him at the point he's at right now, they look pretty good.
Okay. Got you. Now, the rookie that's had the most impact that I don't think anybody knew if he. I think people, when you evaluate, you would hope that this is what he could do. But you got to admit, it's a young LaMelo Ball.
I give it to him. Like, I give him his respect. Well, I give him his credit. I still.
No, he has some of the stuff he earned. Definitely,
some of the stuff he does looks like an accident. I'm just,
really?
Yes. I guess I just don't like his game.
You don't like his game?
No, it just looks so. It's not smooth to me.
It is herky jerky, but I mean, his ability to pass is. I would say he's a better, like Lonzo in LA. You know, just because of the way the team was built, it was up and down. But I mean, to be on a team that's not the greatest team and make the passes he does make them better. And his games that he started for them, I mean, at this point now in 9 starts, I believe he's at 22 a game and 7.8 or really 8 assists.
Yeah.
He has 1 triple-double already. It's, like I said, the numbers are impressive.
Yeah.
Now, he turned that thing over.
Thank you.
He does turn that thing over.
Nobody recognizes that.
But for whatever reason, in the NBA, because of the amount of shots and amount of possessions that teams get, the amount of turnovers you have sometimes isn't a big asterisk against a team or a player. But as a point guard, you're the one guy on the team that needs to have minimal turnovers.
Yeah, he'd be turning that pill over.
You know, just because it's a longer game, more shots are generated. So in college, if you're not 2-to-1 assist, you know, you're not very good. And, you know, if you're a 5 to 6 plus assist guy in college, you're like, oh, that's great. But in the NBA, if you're 5 or 6 assists, your 3 men and 4 men are getting that.
Yeah.
So if you're a PG and you're not in that 7 to 8 to 9 range, okay, well, because if you give me 2 turnovers a game, you give me 5 assists. You can have 2 or 3 turnovers with 8 plus assists.
I say this. I feel like I'm not that impressed because, and granted, I haven't seen that many Charlotte games, but the ones I have watched, I feel like people talk about his passing. His passes, the ones that I've seen, are in open court, fast break, transition.
But I think like that team, they are a better team when they are doing that.
Right. And I'm okay with that. But making the pass in transition, me as a point guard, because you know my game, that doesn't impress me.
Got
like you making a fancy pass in transition, that doesn't impress me. Now, like a CP3, they can pass that thing in half court offense, that impresses me.
Now, is it the fact that CP can really pass in the half court, or the fact that he just is really in control in getting those guys open shots?
I think that's the part.
Okay. LaMelo's not there yet. To me, the part of it that's more impressive maybe than the passing is I think he's scoring the ball at a clip that I don't think a lot of people thought. I think people thought that he would struggle with the size and he would have maybe some of the issues Lonzo's having if not consistently being able to score. And clearly, he's a much better scorer than Lonzo. I always thought that.
I think he's more confident than Lonzo.
And that's the thing that, to me, and I don't want to call that impressive, but that I wouldn't know because he has less game experience. Lonzo did go through his high school season. He did play in the McDonald's American game. He did go to UCLA and have a year and then was a second, overall pick and then got to play. Obviously, LaMelo. And I would say that year going to Australia for him was imperative because you did get to play against pros.
Yeah.
And he did have really good outings and showed, like, And I hope that gave him the confidence that you're saying.
He had some really bad outings, too, overseas.
He did. But here's the thing. To me, every prospect that's ever decided not to go to college and went to overseas probably had more bad games than they did good games. If you look at Brandon Jennings, Emmanuel Mudiay, LaMelo, I mean, any. So I kind of expect that.
Yeah.
But I am glad that he played a good amount of games. He fought through it, and he really, I think, embraced, like, okay, this is the path I'm going to take, and hopefully it leads to what he's getting now. Because at this point, he's going to be Rookie of the Year. Man, I don't see.
Yeah.
There are other guys that we're going to get to, but I mean, in terms of making an impact and trying to give Charlotte a chance to win, he's definitely doing that because of he gets those guys out and run. He does get them the ball, and there's times where it's you saw the moves he made the other day. He put DeAndre Ayton in the blender. Dunk me, please.
But that's DeAndre Ayton.
I'm just saying, you get what are we talking about? You get a guard switch on an island. Put him in the blender, please.
Ooh. Ready, set, play.
Yeah. So, we definitely had to talk about those because that's where, to a lot of analysts and people, that's where the draft started. Where do you go 1, 2, 3? And then you have guys after that. So we go to 4. We were talking about who the heck is Pat Williams from Florida State that was a 6th man of the year and is not a 6th man of the year like at Kentucky like Devin Booker and got drafted at 4. I get it.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams, 9 points a game. Who are you? Like, where did you come from?
I'll be honest. I still haven't seen him play, but I have seen his stats.
Yes, his stats are not bad. I have got a chance to see him play a little bit. He does start with Chicago. He's definitely a true 3-and-D. He's had some moments where he does look good.
Yeah.
I would say I like Isaac Okoro better. That was picked 5th with Cleveland. I think, especially in the preseason, he had moments. And even this season now, he said Cleveland's a team that's trying to make moves with their roster and trying to figure out what works.
Right. So that's pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and he gets lost in the shuffle. And then Patrick Williams, I mean, it's Zach LaVine's team. And it's like, do we really care if we win?
We on rookies, but Zach LaVine,
he deserves that. He deserves that All-Star. And we're gonna say that for when we get close to the All-Star game. But Zach LaVine is putting on, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
when you're trying to put yourself into a different bracket,
for sure,
definitely. Another rookie I've been impressed by is Tyrese Halliburton, and I was not of. The way you describe LaMelo not liking his game, I don't like the way Tyrese Halliburton's game looks.
He gets it done, though.
And the thing is, he gets it done like with another guy that was another high rookie, draft pick in De'Aaron when De'Aaron came out 4 or 5 years ago as a point guard. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, he's a great compliment to off the bench and then adding him in.
Right. He definitely brings energy off the bench.
His jump shot's disgusting.
LaMelo's
jump shot's not disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Here's the thing: when you're 6'7" like that, and you just grow into your body, like your knees and stuff, he's still Bambi.
You are right, but it's still terrible.
And here's the thing: I've seen a lot of NBA guys talk to Tyrese Halliburton. After there was a moment where James Harden and Kyrie both, went to go speak to him. Just giving him compliments, just kind of, trying to pass off a little bit of knowledge towards the end of the game. And when you get respect from guys like that, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
No matter if your team is winning or not. So indicative of whatever his stats are, clearly he's gaining respect around the league.
Yeah.
And I think any basketball player that watches, that does a lot for your confidence.
Yeah, it does. And the fact that he's in sack.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be
Young guys are cursed in sack. I'm just going to say it. They're cursed. They're cursed.
Woo.
Because when Harrison Barnes...
So you're saying that's the cemetery for the rookies?
I think, dude, Harrison Barnes has like the best numbers on their team besides De'Aaron. So Bagley's not really getting his shine or
I didn't even think Harrison Barnes was still in the league. I didn't think he was allowed in the league after Skylar Diggins. She was talking about the women's pay.
Yeah.
He said, but you got people like Harrison Barnes making more than me.
Skylar, I feel you.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, I figured he was booted out of the league after that, but
gotcha.
He's still around.
Yeah. Some other guys we'll touch on, I think, from this year's draft class. Got a chance to watch Tyrese Maxey a little bit. He's been nice in his minutes. His other Kentucky backcourt mate that got drafted lower than him, Emmanuel Quickley, he's been very impressive.
Yeah. I feel like he was a sleeper.
No, definitely. I mean, I think people thought he was going to be a second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Worked his way into the first round. I mean, when you're the co-SEC Player of the Year, I mean, I think people should take notice of that.
Yeah.
And he's done a great job with New York. He's been a great, come off the bench, give us production, score the ball, second unit, try to get those guys the ball and give us a spark. And he definitely has done that.
Yeah.
So another guy that he's struggled up and down a little bit, somebody from our area, Mason Jones, got a chance to watch him a little bit. Mason's nice when Houston lets him play. Gotta give Mason's credit, he gets some stuff off.
Mason Jones. That's the stocky dude?
Yeah, that was from Arkansas.
He reminds me of, what's his face from the Thunder?
Oh, Dort?
Yeah.
Hey, he can't defend at all. I'm sorry, Mace. I love you. He can't defend. Not like Lou Dort.
I'm just saying, like, his game. Like
he's a much better shooter.
They're scrappy.
Yeah, he's scrappy.
They're definitely scrappy. I like that.
Now, the other rookie that's with Houston, Jayshawn Tate.
Maybe that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Tate.
Tate and Dort are like, but Tate offensively really, really, I like it. I don't know how he ended up overseas last year.
I like it.
I
feel like he does too much at times too.
Oh, every rookie does. What rookie doesn't do too much?
Yeah, but stuff that he can't do. So I'm just like,
that's because we were watching the Phoenix and Houston game, and you was like, "Ooh!" And then he did something. You'd be like, "Nope, sub, get him out,
get him out of there."
Gort, whoever put it back, he's in there too late in the fourth. But I like his game though.
Yeah, I like it. I like it because it's like Dort. Yeah,
got you. That being said, top three is what everybody was really coveting, wanted to see what would happen. Compare Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, LaMelo Ball to last year, that big three of draft picks in Zion, Ja, RJ. Of those three, who would you take?
Three as a whole?
Three as a whole and then one individual.
Wow, that's tough because I feel like Zion and Ja can make up for what RJ lacks because RJ, and the sad thing is I liked RJ.
Yeah, he was started off the year well, and then
I don't know about that. I'm saying I liked him as a dookie.
I'm saying he was getting 17 a game to as him and Julius were kind of going, and as Julius has really, cemented himself as the guy, RJ's tailed off a little bit.
Yeah, I just feel like he was inconsistent.
Yeah,
and a lot of time passed before he picked it up.
Yeah, he came out the gates really, really struggling, like almost slumpish, almost like
on some Paul George bubble type stuff.
Okay, it's completely different expectation. Their thought is like, okay, we need to play you so you get experience, but you're kind of hurting us.
Right.
We're already not good. We're already going to the lottery. We're not trying to get the first pick. I mean,
so that's what. I don't know, because that's tough. That's tough because I like Zion and Ja, but you just don't know what you're going to get with RJ.
Okay.
But I'll take them three. I'll go with them three.
Okay.
Who you got?
Oh, you know who I'm taking. I'm taking them three for sure.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I mean, just because the guy at the top, I mean, he leads the pack. And,
yeah.
I mean, we're not going to get into him right now, but we're going to give his shout out. Zion Williamson, all-star reserve, must-see TV.
The boy's good. The boy's good.
Yeah. And if Ja was to have been healthy, I think Ja would have got a look. I don't know if he would have made it. He got a look.
Yeah, he got a look, but I don't know if he would have made it.
I like Ja, man.
I do too, but Memphis, they pretty bad too.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, do you feel like the league is in good hands with our young talent?
No.
Wow. You think we don't have any super?
I mean, I just don't like the young talent.
I guess I
you
just
don't
like
the games.
Yeah. But do you see any of them that are kind of somewhat transcendent.
Do I see a Michael Jordan or a Lebanon or a Kobe? No.
This is true.
I don't see that.
So when LeBron's gone.
But I think the league will be interesting because they all play the same. So
okay. So
it'll be competitive.
If, say, 2 years from now, LeBron says, okay, I played out this contract, I got me another ring, I'm good. I can go off in the sunset. I mean, is that...
Then I fear for the Olympic team. No.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I mean...
let's take it there. Say all the heavy hitters leave and you just got the young crew. Is the USA contenders in the Olympics? Do they still measure to overseas talent?
I would say yes, but it's not going to be where we're going in whatever pool we're in and sweeping.
It's not a powerhouse.
Yeah, and just blowing everybody out, and then we just got to worry about getting to Spain and Australia and China and now probably Greece because of Giannis.
Right. That's what I look at when you ask me.
Okay.
If you leave it in their hands.
I mean, I think the one guy that can be transcendent, and I don't know how that necessarily relates to international play, but I mean, I think Zion is transcendent in terms of somebody that. Here's the thing, but as long as he has that athleticism, it's going to be very hard to stop him. So for years to come, he's going to be at the rim dunking on dudes and being able to get his 20-plus a game. Now, is that going to lead to championships? I don't know. But in terms of, I'm not saying he takes the game higher, but, I mean, you always look at a guy that you can put the league on his back in terms of from an entertainment standpoint. Zion definitely has that star power. Yeah,
I definitely say Zion at the state he's in right now, as dominant as he is, yeah. Okay. He'll be a powerhouse. He'll dominate the league. But can that carry over, like longevity?
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. So now, if we're really talking about young talent, let's talk about these 2-3 dudes that are in the G League bubble right now that they're going to get their chance.
I don't know 2-3, but I know one.
Whoa, hold on. Before you go to him, because that's my guy. I didn't know how you didn't already know about him.
I know one.
But there's a young man also on his team, Jonathan Kuminga, that is a 6'8", strap you up. He's a Kawhi.
Yeah.
And he's like that. He's also getting in work too.
I'm going to have to do some research on him.
If you haven't done your research on Kuminga, my friend, you need to. So, sir, I'm talking to you, Jonathan Kuminga. Keep doing what you're doing. I like it. You're going to make a lot of money. And a lot of people are going to like you.
Who's he play for?
He's on that G League Ignite team. He is a 6'8", however much he weighs, but he's from Jersey. He went to the Patrick School, and he's just got skill, man. He's a wiry body. He's got a nice fadeaway, got a nice mid-range. Can put it on the deck, rebound it off the glass, push it up the floor. And like I said, I hope down there, Brian Shaw and them showing a lot of Kawhi tape because it looks like he got some elbow work, it looks like he got some mid-post work, and it looks like I can catch a baseline and go put on your head.
Shout outs to the G League. G League has been quite competitive.
Oh, G League bubble was nice.
Yeah.
I love getting the highlight things.
But the level of play has been up to par.
Yeah, and what's for a person like myself that was hoping at some point to get to that, there's possible to look at that. There was a few amount of guys that left playing from overseas and or decided that they didn't want to take some overseas offers to stay and wait to possibly play in the G League bubble. And some guys in there that have NBA experience and that are trying to, maybe play themselves back into that.
Yeah.
Or just to, play at a level where, they're at home and they're comfortable playing. And hopefully for some of those vet guys, pass off some of the experience. But there are some young guys down there getting done. Kevin Porter Jr. is putting on a show down there.
Yeah. I have gotten to see him.
So Houston?
So I take that back. Not one, but two.
Houston might need to call him up after trading and getting him. Because there was a reason he was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
So and there was a reason why people thought he was going to be a top 5 to 10 pick at USC before the shenanigans.
He could definitely be of some assistance in Houston.
Oh, yeah. So now let's get to
after All-Star.
Oh, yeah. That'd be – yeah, because they're a 9-game losing streak.
They need all the help they can get.
Yes, the wave and boogie. Yes, they need help.
But yeah, to the man of the hour.
Jalen Green. I want him number one. If I have to have a first overall pick, I want Jalen Green.
Man, I'm just like
6'6" slashing.
You knew him.
I did, because if you
I didn't know the dude.
Did you go look up some of the mixtape stuff from high school?
I did.
And you like him even more, don't
I
you?
said, oh my gosh. Where have you been all my life?
But you know what? It took me back to like the older days of watching AAU, just when you have that one guy, that it took me back to like the OJ Mayo type of vibe. Like,
yeah.
He was like, I want to pack a gym in the summer to go see him.
Exactly. That's the vibe he gives you.
Yes.
Showtime.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, I see young Zach LaVine already. And if I think a lot of people at this point, you know, if you're a team and you need somebody that is going to be able to get you 25 plus 3 or 4 years down the line, he's going to be explosive. You know, people want to see him play. Jalen Green, I think, has that type of ability. And I hope that he continues to grow and mature, that jump shot comes along, because he just had one G League game where he hit 5 or 6 threes, and I went from watching him the first game kind of struggle, you know, knowing he needs to work on that, to now they're 6 or 7 games in the bubble and he's having a lot more confidence.
Yeah, just watching him on the court in G League, he just has that demeanor that I'm the best player on the court, and it's just it's a beautiful thing to watch. So, folks, if you haven't watched Jalen Green, tune in.
Definitely.
ASAP.
Yes. A young man that I think will be able to do, seriously, Zach LaVine type things. Win a dunk contest, put himself out there that way, get buckets, and hopefully put himself in a position where he's an all-star. Now people have to consider him every year.
So is that your comparison? Zach LaVine?
Yeah, I don't want to. He's not. It's hard. I can never see now. I can't give somebody a Kobe comparison, because when you look at, even if I say like young Kobe coming out, it's just so hard.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's so hard to project. Does anybody ever have the ability to be that guy? And no one's gonna be that killer. So I take that out of the equation. But is anybody gonna want to work that hard to chase the GOAT? And if you chase Kobe,
but even Kobe starting out wasn't the GOAT.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It makes it hard, like, to give somebody that kind of.
I'll give him young Kobe.
It is there. It's kind of hard to like take it away. Like, it is there.
Yeah,
that's the scary part. But I hope you do get a chance to watch Kuminga, because he definitely has some stuff to his game, and I definitely, like I said, in when you look at Kawhi was a guy that just, you know, it's just like, hey, this guy's a lot better than what y'all think.
Yeah.
This young dude right here is really, he's a guy that I really think will blossom into somebody superstar. And like I said, Kawhi Leonard won Toronto a championship, essentially taking a team that was a good team and completely gave them a different element they didn't have. And he might have that type of, so if that's the type of player you're going to get, you have to go high in the draft to go get him.
Do you see next year's draft being a lot of G League picks?
No, just because you only have, there's 5 total high school guys on that team. The other guy, Isaiah Todd, that was going to Michigan, that was a top 15 pick. He's a very good player as well. He's your true now of a 6'9" stretch 4.
I guess I should say this. Those high school players that are in G League, do you see all of them going?
I see the main 4 of Green, Kuminga, Isaiah Todd, and Deshaun Nix being drafted. The kid that's a point guard, he might be a second-round pick.
Okay.
Someone might make him a pick and make him a 2-way and just put him back. Or
so you just saying first round or lottery?
Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga are like literally.
You think 1-2?
Jalen Green was my number 1 pick. I think someone's going to take Cade Cunningham number 1.
Okay.
I think people are going to value still what he's done collectively in college this year.
Which is tough. You got to feel for college players, because it's just been so inconsistent. It's not normal.
True. I'm very proud of the college guys because they've made do.
Yeah.
Definitely have.
So, yeah, next year's draft will be interesting.
Now, and I will say this. 1 through 5 of this year are 5 guys that you kind of have to have between Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Jonathan Kuminga, Jalen Green, and oh my gosh, forgot the other kid. There's one more, but there's 5 guys in that top that you have to have.
Yeah.
So I think at least last year's draft, this year's draft, the upcoming draft, our top 3, you at least have guys that hopefully they're all in positions to, maybe not RJ, which is kind of sad, but are in position to where now 5, 6, 7 years down the line, the league is dependent on them to carry it. Yeah. And I hope we do get a transcendent player, because I think the game, for it to keep going the way it has, you always have to have that.
Yeah.
And it may not ever be another. I don't think we'll ever get another type LeBron. I mean, Zion is a different type of player, but in terms of the I think over the years, the dunks and the things like that, I think we're going to have. But, we need another KD. We need another, KD came after a Gervin, a T-Mac, a Julius Erving. So we need those guys for sure, because that's what makes it all exciting.
Yeah. But that leads to another point. Mm-hmm. So you're saying we need a superstar. Mm-hmm. But does that one superstar carry the league? Because in today's day and age, you got LeBron, KD, Melo, all those superstars.
Now answer me this. If we took LeBron James away from the NBA, is the NBA still mind you, LeBron James in terms of resume, what he's done, and how people in the light and the aura he's in, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant have the 3 biggest auras of anybody to play the game. As great as Shaq was.
Yeah.
In the 80s, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird had that aura. So I don't want to say that, but it's different. I can only go off of just the time period I'm in. As great as Shaq, Tim Duncan, KG, Will Chamberlain, all those other guys, what 3 guys have a bigger aura and legacy left? I'm saying when you take those guys away, we need somebody that's going to leave and when I say we need somebody that's going to put the league on their back, and somebody that's also going to win championships while doing it. Because if we don't get any of those guys, you got to have one for each generation. You have to. You have to.
Say there was no LeBron James. You got Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant's legacy.
You move him, and you move. But I'm saying, say there was no LeBron. What does Melo's career look like? What does KD's career look like?
For a minute, Melo's career was looking real bleak. It was going to be in the T-Mac-esque, oh man. I remember Melo was the best. Man, Melo was the bucket. Now it's like Melo's a Hall of Famer. Melo's about to be we're talking about a legit guy in which Kevin Durant probably would end up in Kevin Durant's championships, but Melo's going to be a top. You can't take nothing away from Melo. He's a top 10 all-time scorer. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame off of that alone, and then the Olympic thing. That alone.
But I'm saying, you have the KDs.
Yeah.
But after they're all gone, you got the young guys. You don't have that. Because you had Kobe, you had Dwayne Wade, you had KD, you had LeBron.
Yeah.
You got Steph.
Yeah, after LeBron's gone, I guess you depending on Giannis, KD.
Well, yeah, I'm saying,
is Jimmy a superstar? That's your guy. Oh, I put you on the spot.
That's my guy.
Put you on the spot.
The boy got heart, but
is he a superstar?
No.
Are Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, are they superstars?
I see them leading the way after everybody's gone, but I still don't see them I don't see them as superstars as long as KD's and LeBron's, and as long as you have them. No, I don't see them as superstars.
I'm gonna say they are superstars, and they will be superstars when they're split up. Because now, when they're together, now you're gonna be comparing both of them. Okay, what do they look like now? Now they're not together. Because at some point, they're not gonna be able to play together.
You think so?
At some point, I think they're going to take on the challenge of, I want to see what I look like without. If we're both getting 27 a game, and the thing is, what makes it worse, one will still be in Boston, one won't, and I would love to see them on different teams and be like, okay, now let's see who's better.
I don't see them splitting up as long as they keep getting there, because they keep getting there.
They're
close.
They're below 500 right now. They're struggling.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying past seasons they're in the mix.
Yeah.
So as long as that continues, I don't see them splitting up. I mean,
I'm gonna say
Dame and McCollum been going strong, and they ain't been in the mix.
I mean, that's what I mean in terms of like when I say transcendent. Like James Harden is great, Dame's great.
I forgot about James.
But here's the thing: I think people will get tired of just seeing just buckets and step backs, and I think people want the king. And like I said, I've never been a huge LeBron fan, but I'm also not going to ignore like the hype that LeBron has around him.
LeBron's game still doesn't excite me. I respect his game. It still doesn't excite me.
You're right. It doesn't excite me, but sometimes it amazes me at 38 that he still can do some of those things.
You bring his age into it, yeah, but he's still bigger and stronger than everybody at 38. His strength ain't went nowhere.
Yeah, that's what makes him a natural freak.
Yeah,
and I think he got a little bit in the tank if he decided like, all right, I'm really gonna.
Not if he playing every game like he's decided.
Yeah,
that might have been his worst mistake.
I think he's decided like I'm trying to like I don't think he wants to try to prolong it and wait like any. I think the whole notion about his son. I think he's like I got to go get it now while I can because then I would just be playing just to wait to see if I can play with my son.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic in itself, though.
It is.
So
can't wait for young Bronny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, young guys, we have to show you some love because we want to know. The people want to know. Who are their kids going to be watching?
Yeah.
So we have to let them know.
It's going to be interesting second half of the season, that's for sure.
Definitely. And I'm definitely excited to, one, kind of get into the All-Star, talk about that, we can talk about our all-snub team. You know, everybody's making a big deal who got left off.
Yeah.
Feel like Devin Booker should have made it?
Definitely.
Okay. We'll save it for later. I just want to know. What to hear.
Definitely.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. We got sound for that. We got to talk about who gets left off.
Yeah.
Since he's a replacement again this year.
Right. Yeah. So that'll be next week, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. But you already know what to do. Man, get at the Instagram. B_great_KE.
Get at your boy. Witness your moment. You are.
Yes, sir. Get at that Instagram and that Twitter.
See the floor _
Website.
See the floor podcast.com.
Yes, sir. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. I see some of y'all. Tuning in. We see y'all. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we here. We're going to keep doing what we do. Until next time, y'all. We out.
See life like you see the floor.